I'm wrapping up this letter that I wrote you. Maybe it's the only way to cut through. I won't lose myself for anybody. I'm not sorry. Yeah. Though it hurts, I only wish you blessings. When intuition talks, you gotta listen. I won't lose myself for anybody. I'm not sorry. Yeah. 'Cause you build me up to break me down. Never respect the love you found. And I had a voice inside the back of my mind. I always knew it deep down. You don't deserve me, babe, I won't lie. Got no more tears to cry. Oh, no looking back this time. 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 Running from the truth was getting reckless. In your arms I never felt protected. Oh. 'Cause you don't deserve me, babe, I won't lie. Got no more tears to cry. Oh. No looking back this time. 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 No looking back this time.
Evening. I hope you are all well. For some reason, I thought Don's show was on at 10 o'clock, so I put my show to midnight, but his show's on at 11, so I had to move it back to 10. Otherwise, I couldn't get this show done. And I'm busy tomorrow, and I'm getting up early, so I didn't want to do a show at like 1 o'clock in the morning, because that would be mad. And I hope you're all well. Boy, oh boy, we've got a few things to talk about, haven't we? All right, so first of all, let me just get this one straight over with now. So we'll move straight into this, what happened today, okay? Just so we can get this kind of side of this conversation done. Okay, so I'm just going to share my screen, and we're just going to basically look at what I'm going to show you and drink it all in and just pay your respects, basically. Okay, so bear with me, just going to do this now. So the entire Liverpool team were there today. Just want to cover that because I just think this is really important. Obviously Virgil was there as the captain. Arnie was there with the whole team. As you can see, Mamadashvili was there. Robbo's there. I think that's Salah. Yeah, Salah's there. Got Salah looks buff. Obviously Alisson was there. Endo was there. I mean, the outpouring's been insane. Like, I mean, it's a real incredible outpouring. Luis Diaz is there as well. So I just wanted to get that one out the way. And I also wanted to show you this as well. This only happened about an hour ago. Liverpool are retiring the number 20 shirt. So across all levels at the club. And I think that's really, that's a real touching point across all levels. Nobody at Liverpool will be able to wear the number 20 shirt ever. That's class. Absolute class by Liverpool. So that's been announced. I can't really say much. Like, I'll show you this as well, which is just amazing as well. Just in case you didn't know, there's also a Jota memorial getting put up as well, and that's actually getting painted today. So there's a Jota memorial which is getting put up as well, which is just more classiness, Liverpool club fans, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, I mean, Salah's pretty close to Jota, and I know that Alisson was close to Jota. Like, Alisson's been on holiday with Jota and his family like a couple of times. Like, he was a real like a really popular guy, like to an extent that, like, he was that popular that he would spend his spare time with the fans, like online, like playing computer games. Like, you might have even played like a game of FIFA against him if you play FIFA online. Like, that's how in tune he was with the fans. Like, he talked to them on the headset, like when he was playing them, and they'd know, oh my god, I'm playing Diogo Jota. Like, anyway, I just wanted to get that one out the way because I know we're going to talk about players and transfers, and it might get a bit tetchy. We might get a bit shouty. I don't know where we're going to go with this one. But I just wanted to get that out the way before we carry on with the show. And like, I'm sure everybody's going to talk about it, but I'm not doing a show on it, and I'm not going to post up a picture of him or anything like that. Like, it's like, I did one show and it was hard enough to do it, and I demonetized it, and I didn't want any super chats, or I didn't want anyone like becoming a member off the back of that show, and I didn't want to make any money off that show by monetizing it. So that's where I stand on it. And other people that have done that and keep on repeatedly doing it is a little bit, for me, distasteful. But the actual content providers for Liverpool who have gone and done a tribute and have done a video about him, fair play, because it's not easy. It's not easy. Like, it genuinely feels like I've lost someone in my neighborhood who, like, I put the bins out for, and I've gone and watered their garden. You know what I mean? Or I've gone to a housewarming party. Like, it genuinely feels like someone like that. He was close to us all, even though we never met the guy, which is just, in a weird way, it just proves how much of a family we are as football fans. Anyway, I'm done talking about that now. And I hope you've all gone online and signed the book. I also hope you've signed the petition against the Daily Mail, because they're scum. Like, let's be fair. Like, really very distasteful. So I hope you've all signed the book against them on the petition. It's another newspaper to add to the list, to the shit list for me. There's quite a few, but that's another one. And I'm a bit disappointed because there's a journo who I really think's great, who's actually a reporter for the Mail, which unfortunately I'm not going to watch anymore, in Lewis Steele. So is what it is. Okay, so let's move on. Some interesting stuff today, off the back of the breaking news from Fabrizio Romano about the fact that we could potentially lose Luis Diaz and Canate. So I just want to share a couple of things that have popped up on my timeline that I've noticed, and also a few other new things. And we can also have a laugh about Arsenal if you want. We're all welcome to do that. I welcome everyone to laugh at Arsenal, because they're an absolute joke. And they've not only managed to cock up Gyökeres, cock up Musquara, who's signing a new contract with his club. Now, he's not even coming. The 21-year-old kid they thought they had is not even coming to them now. So they've lost him. They've also looked like they've cocked up Rodrigo by not giving him the wage that he wanted. And they've signed Nodi Madueke, who I'm not sure Chelsea thought was going to leave. Like, seems like there's some really weird stuff going on with Arsenal and Chelsea. Like, really weird, because it looks like the Nodi Madueke money, which has gone to Chelsea, is now going to be put into Aston Villa's bank account. And Aston Villa have also got PSR issues. That's interesting. We know how Aston Villa and Chelsea have done business. So now it looks like they're going to take Morgan Rogers, and Aston Villa are going to get a boatload of cash, which is probably going to sort out their PSR issues. And Arsenal, yet again, have took another useless player off Chelsea, who's going to score a grand total of, I don't know, 3 goals, 4 goals next season. Who knows? But that's how it goes. Yeah, Gyökeres looks like that's dead, and Gyökeres looks like he will probably end up at Manchester United. Like I said all along from day one. Go and check my shows, and go and check when I was speaking on lots of other shows. I even said it on Football Terrace and got absolute pelters on it. And I was like, Gyökeres is going to Manchester United. Like it's got every single hallmark of a Manchester United signing. Guy's a mercenary. He's going to Man U. Like, watch it happen. Watch it happen. Anyway, a couple of things I want to show you. First thing I want to show you is this. Okay, so I'm going to share my screen. A lot of these are reposts from Fabrizio Romano. Okay, so we'll just whip through a few of these. Okay, first one, Canate, no new agreements. Okay, that was today. Yeah, no new agreement with Canate. Okay, that's from Fabrizio Romano. So let's all put the Canate rumours to bed. Okay, Konate will be sold. Konate is going to be sold in this window. We are not keeping Konate, okay? Anyone thinks that this guy's staying is deluded now because he's burnt his bridges. Konate will move in this window, okay? Next one. At the moment, Liverpool insist that they are not in conversations, in active conversations with Bayern for Luis Diaz. Now it's going to be up to the player what he wants to do and communicate that to Liverpool. Yesterday, this was what was talked about. Luis Diaz will put in a transfer request. I'm convinced of it. I'm convinced he's going to put in a transfer request to go to Bayern. I'm convinced of it. Okay. Konate's already said he's not signing a new deal. We've already said to Luis Diaz, you're not getting a new deal. Publicly, we said it. And now Bayern Munich want him. We need to be quick with this one because Bayern Munich are also looking at other players. Okay. And finally, Liverpool are still interested in Mark Guehi. Like I said, a source of mine has told me that Mark Guehi is done. It's done. We just haven't announced it because of the other situation. But Fabrizio Romano yesterday has said that we're still interested. So this one's not finished either. Okay. And also Mark Guehi has also said that he will run his contract down and leave on a free. That will change because of the Konate situation. Okay, that will change because of the Konate situation. So this is why we need to be quick with Luis Diaz to Bayern Munich now. Because Bayern Munich are looking at Xavi Simons as a potential player to join in case they don't get Luis Diaz, okay? But Xavi Simons will cost them more than Luis Diaz. I know it says 59 million star, but he's not. He's not. Xavi Simons will go for about 70 million. You're not going to get Xavi Simons cheap. They paid 60 million for him. So they're going to have to pay about 70. And if you also look at the way that Leipzig have done business, they aren't budging on their players. Like Sesko isn't going cheap. Lekeba isn't going cheap. Xavi Simons, who scored like 14 goals last season, he's not going cheap. He's not going cheap. So we need to be careful that we don't miss out on him at all. I also wanted to bring this one up as well. Where is it? So Liverpool news and Hugo Ekitike's stance becomes clear. Oh no, it hasn't crashed. Can people see that? I don't know whether you can see that. Can you see that? Yeah. Okay. So Rodrigo meeting is planned this week coming with Xabi Alonso. But Fabrizio Romano has already said that Real Madrid and also Marca as well, Real Madrid are willing to move Rodrigo on. And the price is 75 million. The price is 75 million. Okay. What else have I got for you? There's a couple of things which have dropped tonight, which is wild, which is from Pletigol. Bayern are prepared to offer Luis Diaz a contract. So Bayern are already in contract talks. Look, if Bayern are in contract talks and Napoli are in contract talks with two of our players, seriously, you don't think this is further down the line than it is? Like, if they're in contract talks with players, then they're clearly on the verge of agreeing a deal. Yeah, now it's down to nuts and bolts. Now it's down to pennies and pounds, or euros and shingles, or shekels, or whatever they're called. I don't know, Deutschmarks. So this is it. This is it. It's getting down to the final stretch, and it is euros and pounds. Yeah, euro. Sorry, I just read someone else's message. So there's that one. Then there's this, which makes me laugh. Napoli rejected a new offer by Galatasaray for Victor Osimhen. Like, this is the thing that I said about Napoli. Like, Napoli are horrible to do business with. They are horrible to do business with. Like, Napoli will literally, they will sit and they will be a pain in the ass for about 2 weeks over £1. Like, they just will. Like, so now the Osimhen deal's off because of money, even though everything was agreed, but now it isn't agreed, or it is agreed, or it isn't agreed. Like, I just don't know with Napoli, like, which is why this Darwin Núñez deal is not going to be a quick one. It's really not. Like, it's not going to be a quick one. Is my mic bugging out, is it? Hang on, let me check. Right, does this sound better? Does my mic sound better? Can you let me know? Does my mic sound better? I mean, let's be honest. Let's just like be straight up now. Like, the only clubs that were linked with Rodrigo were Arsenal. They were Arsenal. And Arsenal have now signed Noddy Madueke. So do you really think they're going to sign Rodrigo? Genuinely? Like, do you really think they're going to sign Rodrigo? Like, they can't even get the money together to pay for Gyökeres, who clearly has a release clause. They can't even do that. Do you really think they've got 80, 85, 75, whatever million left to buy Rodrigo? And do you really think Arsenal are going to get that deal done? If Liverpool are sat there looking for a left winger who can also play right wing, who can also play number 9, literally sat there going, you know what? We need to replace Núñez. We need to replace Diaz. There's a guy here who could do both jobs. Like, do you really think Arsenal are anywhere near the picture there? Do you really think, when they've got lots of other players, they've still got Saka, they've still got Martinelli, they've now got Noddy Madueke. Like, do you really think? I was gonna drop that. Like, I was gonna drop some of the stuff. So that's where we sit now. Like, Arsenal are not in the frame for Rodrigo. They're not in the frame for Isaac. They're not in the frame for Ekitike. They're not in the frame for any players that we're linked with. I'm telling you, like, they are completely out of the picture. Like, they are probably going to get Sesko in the end. They might get Sesko in the end. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if they went and signed Nicholas Jackson, because they seem to have this weird fetish with signing Chelsea players that don't play well for them. They seem to have a habit of doing it. So go and get Nicholas Jackson, because Chelsea want to bin him now. I wouldn't be surprised if Arsenal did a weird thing and sold Chelsea Ethan Nwaneri, which is just a dumb thing. It's just a dumb thing for me, because I think he's brilliant. He's better than Noddy Madueke. I think he's an absolutely incredible talent, and you should not block his development. And he's got a year left on his contract. He's 18 years old, and he's already scored 10 goals for Arsenal. Like, get it done. Like, if you don't renew that contract, then I really don't want him going to Chelsea with all the others on a 70-year contract. Like, I really don't want that happening. I do not want that happening. So that's the latest on Napoli. Another one as well, which I just wanted to quickly post up, is obviously Michael Edwards did a statement about retiring the number 20, so you can go and check that out. I'm not going to cover it because I've already covered that. So what I want to do now is I want to cover a couple of things I've got, screenshots that I've taken, which I'm going to show you shortly once I've just closed all my screens. Okay, so bear with me while I just stop sharing and then share an image. So 2 seconds. Here we go. La. Okay, so first things first, let's get this one out of the way. According to Lasser, Ibrahima Konate to Real Madrid, the deal is accelerating according to the Spanish outlet. This was 3 hours ago, okay? I would not be surprised if Konate goes to Real Madrid this summer. I wouldn't be surprised. Real Madrid defense look a shambles. Like, they look an absolute shambles. I mean, they played some pretty average teams in the Club World Cup, and they look like they could be get all the time. Like, most games for me that I watch Real Madrid play, Courtois was the man of the match. Like, Courtois was pulling off worldies again. Like, so for me, I think Konate goes. I think Konate goes for 40 million, maybe 50 tops. Maybe he's part of the Rodrigo package. I think it makes a lot of sense. Like, I was on what's the name show earlier. I only stopped in for like 10 minutes, but I was on Quasi show earlier, and I asked him, like, big up Quasi, if you haven't checked out Quasi TV, go and check it out. Great channel. If you look at the two biggest signings that we might make this season, two of the biggest anyway, Florian Wirtz, opportunistic for me. It's an opportunistic signing. He was probably never in the equation, and he came up when he was available, and you're like, wow, go and get him. Edwards flew over to Boston, asked them for 200 million. They agreed it, came back. The rest is history. And I feel like Rodrigo's probably the same. It's a case of, well, Rodrigo's available. We didn't think he'd be available. Like, he wasn't our target. So maybe he was our target next year. Like, maybe they were going to see how he got on another year at Real Madrid under Alonso. But it's an opportunistic signing which just doesn't come along that often. And if we can move Konate to Real Madrid and then get Rodrigo for 50 million, 40 million, I think that's just brilliant business. I think that's brilliant business. It helps Real Madrid with their defensive issues. It helps us with our left side if Luis Diaz goes. And Luis Diaz looks very likely to go. Like, very likely to go. So what else have we got? I've got loads of stuff here, actually, what we're talking about. What else have I got? So this one here. So the first offer was 52 million. That was their first offer. Remember, it's their first offer. The fact is, they're talking about contracts with the player, and that's already been leaked by Pletigol. So the next thing, and this is according to Sport Build, who was spot on with everything about Wirtz, the next thing is the price. We want 60 million. They've offered 47 million. the money's got to move. That's all, and it will move. Like, it will move. There might be add-ons. Okay, what if it's 10 million add-ons if Bayern Munich win the league? Well, you're going to get that money, aren't you? So let's see how it goes. Or it could be installments. I don't know. But the thing is, we need to move players out of the club because they're taking non-homegrown slots. What else have we got? So I mentioned this. This was obviously the Osimhen stuff. This is quite recent. So 70 million rejected, and Turkish club offered 75 with 40 million immediate payment and 35 in installments. Napoli will reject that because Napoli want cash so they can buy Nunes. That's it. That's the reason why they keep on rejecting the money, because they want cash to pay for Nunes. What else have we got? We have also an update on Crystal Palace. So they're actually demoted to the Conference League, which makes a difference to a couple of players like Eze, Matete, and potentially Guehi. Like, they're not in the Europa League anymore, which means that they haven't got a chance to get into the Champions League. If they won the Conference League, they don't get in. So actually they do, don't they? They do get in the Champions League. I don't know, they don't get in the Champions League, do they? If they win the conference. It's the Europa League only. So that's an interesting one. So we'll see how that develops with their players. Also wanted to mention this one. I just want to throw this one out there because I don't know what everybody thought of this guy when we were linked with him, but it was over 50 million for Bakayoko. It was over 50 million, and a lot of people were raving about him, and they were saying we should go and sign this kid. He could be available for 20 million euros with add-ons. Like, he is cheap now. Like, would anybody go for him as a backup? Would anyone go for him as a backup? I thought I'd mention it because, like, he's available. Like, he could end up at Leipzig, Leverkusen, Everton, Nottingham Forest. I mean, Nottingham Forest is quite possibly a destination now because they've lost Elanga and they're potentially going to lose Gibbs White. But 20 million is an absolute bargain. Like, let's be honest. I think that's an opportunist signing in itself, don't you? So I thought I'd throw that one out there. What else have we got? Also, I just wanted to post this one up because I think it's quite funny. That's a lot of players. That's a lot of players in the forward line. And what I wanted to mention was Newcastle are heavily linked with Ekitike or Ollie Watkins. One of them goes. One of them goes. Who do you think the guy is going to leave? Because they have too many forwards. They have too many forwards. I think Ekitike or Ollie Watkins replaces Isak. That's how I see it. I don't see it any other way. They play with one forward. They play with like a 9. That's it. And then wingers. Well, Anthony Gordon and Harvey Barnes have been fighting it out. Jacob Murphy and Alanga will be fighting it out. And Asula will be back up to a big striker who is potentially going to be Ekitike or Ollie Watkins. It makes perfect sense. I just wanted to lay it down so you can see it. I just wanted to put it on there so you can see it on the screen that is Newcastle's current lineup, and they are still linked with a forward, with a striker. Why? Ekitike is not going to be signed for 70, 80 million. What, to be back up to Isak? What? Yeah, all right, yeah. Okay, yeah. That's really what Ekitike is going to do. He's in the Champions League, by the way, with his club. And then you've got, Ollie Watkins? Ollie Watkins isn't going to Newcastle to be second fiddle to Isak. He isn't. So I just want to paint the picture and show you all of their forwards, because if Newcastle sign Ekitike, they're not keeping Isak. I'm telling you that. I am telling you that. Okay. Maybe the merry-go-round goes earlier. Maybe we take Isak before they get him. But anyway, that's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. And Arsenal are linked with Ollie Watkins as well now, because guess what? They've messed up Coquerez. Let's all laugh at Arsenal. Haha. What else have we got? Oh, I've got to show you this as well, because this is funny. Like, shall we not just get Atalanta's forward scouts? Because blimey, 4 summers in a row, they've now sold a player for 50 million plus that they paid less than 25 million for every time. Crazy, innit? Crazy. Retegu, 68 million. They spent 25 million on him. Coopermere, 60 million. Hoyland, 77 million. And then obviously Romero, 52 million. Like, they are so good at getting value for players. Atalanta, they really are good at it. So I just wanted to post that one up. So it's been wild, hasn't it? It's been absolutely wild, this window with Liverpool. And the crazy thing is, we haven't signed anyone in this current window. We signed all our players in the World Club Cup window. We haven't signed anybody in this window. Yeah. No. Because we signed 2 goalkeepers, Woodward and Pesky. Oh, obviously 3 goalkeepers, because then we got Mamadashvili. So we got 3 goalkeepers. Then we got Kerkez, Wirtz, and Frimpong in the previous window. This window, we haven't bought anybody. I personally feel, I think we've got 3 left to go. Maybe 4, but I think it's 3. And I think there's a lot of players that could leave. Like, I think there's a lot of players that could leave. So I kind of, so I've got a tactics board, yeah, and I'm gonna kind of list all the players that I think will leave, and yeah, and we can talk about it, okay, and we can talk about it. All right, so I need to share my tactics board, obviously. So let me share my tactics board. Right. So this is my tactics board. And obviously we can see a number of players on this board. So let's just take this name out, and we'll just put number 9 there, okay? So we'll just have a number 9. We don't know who that's going to be yet, okay? We'll just leave that as it is, and we'll leave all of this as it is, okay? So we've done all this business here, and I'll put the players in that we've signed on this side, just so we can see them. These are all the players we've signed in this window. Yeah. I've got to add a couple more, sorry. So we can put Pesky in there as well. We're not going to put Woodward because he's in the under 21, so that doesn't really matter, okay? So we're going to put all of those players in there. Yeah. Right, let me just get rid of that. Just remove that. Okay, so this is the squad. This is the first 11. Yeah. Right now on the pitch, like right now on the pitch, yeah. The start of the season, the pre-season, yeah. If he's not sold, then I need to move that. I'm sorry. I really didn't want to do that like that, but I had to. I'm sorry. And also, I can't have that number. So we need to put that there. Okay, so right now, on the pitch, Mo's number 11. I don't know why he's number 7. Sorry, let me just update this. Luis Diaz is on number 9. Yeah. Do we all agree? Like Luis Diaz is on number 9 for the first game of the season if we don't sell him. Yeah, and we don't sign anyone. We all agree with that. Yeah. That's the player that's going to be there. Actually, I'm missing a player. 2 seconds. I'm actually missing a player. Okay, so Luis Diaz. Oh, actually, of course, I'm missing a player because I'm missing loads of players because these are the players that we signed. Okay, so we might as well just move Pesky out of the way because there's just no point because he's not a first-team player. Okay, so I'm looking at first-team signings. Mamardashvili is not a first-team signing either right now. He's a reserve goalkeeper. So these are our 3 first-team signings. Yeah. Okay. So we then look at first-team players that we're potentially selling. First one's Nunes. Okay, I'm just going to put them down here. So these are players that will be sold. Okay, so the first one is Nunes. Yeah. The second one for me is Diaz. The third one for me is Harvey Elliott. The fourth one for me will be Ben Doak. I think Ben Doak will be sold. There's too many things being spoken about Ben Doak. Too many clubs are linked with him. So I think Ben Doak will go. I also feel that there's another player which I haven't got on here. Morton will go. Tyler Morton, he'll be sold. I also feel that Owen Beck will be sold. This is all money that we'll get, by the way. We will get money for these players. Not a huge amount, but I think we'll get money for these players. I also think that Lewis Kumas will be sold. There's links to him going to a number of clubs now. I do believe it will be either Kostas Simakos or Robbo, but I think it will be Kostas that will go. All of these players will be sold. Yeah. I think Gomez will stay. I think Robbo will stay. I think Endo will stay. I think Dan's will stay as backup. You've obviously got 2 reserve goalkeepers there. Let's just move Pesky completely out of the way because he's an under 21. Yeah, let's just be real. He's an under 21. I think Stefan will stay. I think Trey will probably just stay in the under 21s, or he might go out on loan. So there's one other player left, Chiesa, Well, Chiesa's already said that he's interested in a move back, so I think he will go as well. But I think that might only be a loan. Okay, so now we look at the squad. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 players, and also Cade Gordon will be sold as well. Cade Gordon will go as well. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's 10 players that will be sold. And this will be the squad. There's going to be less players than that. Like you could probably, I don't know whether you'd even keep Stefan in there. You probably will keep Stefan in there. But then you've got crucial signing, and then one more. Okay, that one I believe will be Isaac or Ekitike. It's either Isaac or Ekitike, that one. And then I think Cody will move to the bench, and I think we'll go for Rodrigo. I really do. I don't see any other. I just don't see any other player that we go for that position. And he can play false 9. He can play in Salah's position. He can play in Vert's position. He's so versatile. So he would be our signing. And then we get Guehi. And this is the one which I obviously wanted to cover here. If Konate goes to Real Madrid, then we are potentially losing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. We've already sold Kwanzaa, 12. We've already sold Queven Kelleher, 13, and Trent's gone. 14, and Nat Phillips, 15. That's 15 players that have left. That's an insane amount of transition. But I will say, Arne Slot sold 17 players on his second season at Feyenoord. 17 players Arne Slot sold at Feyenoord in his second season. And he still went on to win the league with the 17 players sold. He did it. Like, he genuinely did it. He did the shift. There's 190 of you in here. Muchas gracias. If you can hit the likes and subscribe, that would be brilliant. And don't you worry at all. As soon as we're finished, I'm diverting you over to Hussam so we can carry on watching Hussam. I'm on Hussam's show at 11, so we can all move over there. So don't you worry about that. The divert is on. Okay. So I've obviously put Guehi in there, yeah? So Guehi's in there for me. Now, I want to ask you this question, yeah? Is Guehi and Gomez... Sorry, is Gomez and Endo enough backup in the defensive position if Konate sold and we get Guehi in? I want to ask you that question. I haven't put McConnell in there. You're right, Sky Blue. You're right. I haven't put McConnell in there. Let me put McConnell in there. I think what's really interesting, like, this team is actually a lot bigger than we think. And that's what I also wanted to get across, is we have a lot more players than we think. And we seem to think that we don't have a big squad. We really do have a big squad. We just don't have enough first-team players that could come in and give you a 7 or 8 out of 10 in games. We don't. We just don't have that. And that's a problem. Leone from Parma, I get you. I get you. I get you. So is the consensus that you think we might need one more centre-back? This is only for cup games, by the way. This is only cup games. Like, I think Endo is definitely being looked at as a player that can just come in and do a job at centre back, at right back, at midfield, at defensive midfield, and he can just be used all over the place. I genuinely believe that's why he will be kept, because he will be a player that's just like a utility player, a bit like James Milner. You need a Jimmy Milner. Every team needs a Jimmy Milner. They just do. And they all need a Divock Origi. Like, people seem to forget the Chelseas, the Manchester Uniteds, the Arsenals, the Real Madrids, the Barcelonas. All of these teams won multiple trophies with using backup strikers that came in and just did a job. Like, look at Real Madrid. Real Madrid won the Champions League with Joseme, who came in and scored the winner. Like, he was signed from bloody Newcastle, like, for peanuts. Like, all teams do it. Like, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer won the bloody Champions League for Manchester United off the bench. Like, you all need players that can do that stuff. And that's what I'm saying about the fact that we'd have a Gomez, we'd have an Endo, we'd have a Robbo, we'd have a Bradley, we'd have a Dom, we'd have a Jones. These are all players that can come in and do a job. I mean, for me, Dom could just play anyway. Like, he's brilliant. Like, but I just think that maybe signing one more might be a bit too much. It might be a bit too much, but we'll put him on there. So we'll put the name in there. I think I've spelt it wrong, but it doesn't really matter, because was it Lee? I think it's that Leone. Yeah, I think that's it. So we stick Leone there as well. Okay, so we've got 11. I know that says Isaac or Ekitike, but it's either one. Okay, so we've got 11, and then we've got 12 with Cody, who can come in. So let's just work out the subs. Yeah, work out the perfect subs bench. So full squad, subs bench: Mamadashvili, Cody Gakpo, Dominic Szoboszlai, 100%, Curtis Jones, Robbo, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, Bradley, 6, Gomez, 7. How many are you allowed on the bench? Are you allowed 9 on the bench, aren't you? So that's 7. And then you've got Endo, 8. And then Dan's, 9. That's it. And then you've got 3 backup. So you've got 2 midfielders, but you've got a guy who can play right back and central defence, by the way. Stefan Bacettis played central defender for Las Palmas, and he was pretty good. He played against Real Madrid, actually, and he was good. And then obviously you've got Leone, who's a central defender. So you've got, I mean, we might just have that. And then we've got the likes of Rio Gigamoa, who's obviously, it will be there or thereabouts. Trey Ione, who will be there or thereabouts. And then obviously Pesky. So then you've still got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 players, even at backup. But I don't think Leone is going to be there. I just don't. I don't see it. I really don't. I think we sign Leone if we sell Gomez. I don't know. He played like 16 games in the 18 games, I think he played last season in the Italian league for Parma. I think if you offer him Liverpool as a 4th choice, I don't know. I just don't. And that's the reason why they're trying to sell. That's the reason why Napoli are trying to get as much money as they can for Osimhen. Also, Napoli is sweating on Osimhen because this release clause on Osimhen runs out on the 15th. They need to get this deal done. Otherwise, Osimhen can just turn around and go, you can sell me for 40 million now, mate, because we've got a year left. Like, that's how it is. So But only 5 of the 9 subs can be used. Yeah, I know. But that's kind of the team. That's kind of the team that I'm sat with now. And what we can look at as well is I've got another 10 minutes before the show. So what we can look at as well is we can look at players that can come in and cover for other players. So I'm just going to move the B team in. So say we've got a cup game. I'm just going to move the B team in. Okay, so we can see that live. So Ali comes out. Mama comes in. This is in the cup games. And then Allison goes to the bench. Or Allison might actually just completely miss the game. And then Pesky can be the sub. That's happened before. Rodrigo comes out. Cody Gakpo comes in. Rodrigo might completely miss the game. And then you've got the likes of Rio will be on the bench. Yeah. Then you've got Vert can come out completely. He can have a rest. Dom can come in. And I know you can see Isaac or Ekatike, but they'd come out. And then you've got Dans that can come into that team. And then you've moved the likes of Trey into there. And then you've got Maka would come out. Then Jones would come in. And this is where we probably have to leave some players in the team. So Mac would probably stay in the team. But we have got the likes of McConnell. So McConnell could come in there. Then you've got Kirkes out, Robbo in. Kirkes would still be on the bench. Frimpong out, Bradley in. Frimpong would stay on the bench. Then you've got the likes of Guehi and Virgil van Dijk. So this is the interesting one. So for that, I think it would be a case of Virgil comes out, Guehi would step over, Gomez would come in, Leone would go into the team. And then you've got Grav. Grav's just a swap with Endo. Maybe Grav completely comes out and then Stefan comes in. And then you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 players again with 5 subs. So maybe you need 9 players there. So maybe you would have probably a Rodrigo, just a player that could play in multiple positions up front. So that would be a case of Rodrigo would come in and he could come on for Dan's if needed. So we're all seeing that. I'm just showing you on the tactics board that we have enough players with the signings that we'd make and the signings that we'd sell to still rotate. I don't think the team would be rotated that much. That would maybe an FA Cup game against like Plymouth away. If it was Plymouth away, then maybe that FA Cup game might be like that. But yeah, I just feel there's a lot of flexibility in the players there and the positions that we could move them around. And you also have to realize that like Arnie Slot might not even play this formation, by the way. Like Arnie Slot might not even play this formation. Like Arnie Slot might go for this. Like he might go for this. Like this formation where drops in as the 3. And then you've got the 2 holders. Then you've got Cody inside, Salah. Oh, Salah's still on the pitch. Sorry, I forgot Salah was still there. I don't know who Salah would come out for now. Have I got Trey? Is Trey on the pitch? Is Trey Naoni? No, Trey Naoni's not on the pitch. So we put Trey on. Yeah, we put Trey in there. Actually, we could probably swap Dom with Trey. That would work. We've done that before. Actually, we wouldn't. We'd probably swap McConnell. Yeah, that would be the backup team. Yeah, that would work. That works for me. And Salah would come off. Salah wouldn't play. I don't know. Maybe we bring another youngster in, or maybe we wouldn't even play that many players because I don't think you can have 9 in the FA Cup, can you? So maybe we do something like that. Yeah, we've got other players as well. We've got Nallo, We've also got there's another kid as well that we're looking to maybe put into the first team next season. Not in the first team, but we might play him a bit more. And that's the Irish lad. What's his name? Wolves have tried to sign him. He's Irish. I can't remember his name. Yeah, I just feel there's a lot that can be moved around. The team's very flexible. There's a lot of players that can play in multiple positions. Don't be surprised if you see that formation next season, like in possession. I can quickly cover the homegrown players. By the way, this is for cup games. Live on adventure. This isn't for the Premier League. This is for cup games. Okay, this is for like FA Cup games. Conan Doherty's one of them. There's a couple of others. There's a few young Liverpool players which might get a chance in the cup games, but I just feel that we got Rio there. Like Rio will be given a chance, so Rio would probably come on in games, like in the cup games. But I just wanted to show you the flexibility we've got in that team, and that's the likes of resting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's resting 7 players, which would be perfect for us to do. So yeah, I mean, you take Robbo out, you put Kerkez in there, take Jones out, you bring Mack in. So in the double pivot, so it'll be a double pivot with Mack and Grav. But I don't think it would be. I think it would potentially be Grav would go into the back 3 in that double pivot, and that double pivot would take out Gomez. You put Guehi in there, you put Virgil van Dijk in there. This is in the Premier League, by the way, now. And then you've obviously got Cody could come out. You got Rodrigo could come in there. Danza drop out. You get Isaac who come in. Dom would drop out. Then you got Wirtz. Actually, what am I doing? No, Dom. I've talked about this before. I thought this was a really interesting formation. I'm missing a player. So where's Grav and Birch? Where's Grav gone? Have I? Grav's in the back 3, of course. So there's still one player missing. Okay, so we'd put Wirtz in the pivot, then we'd have Rodrigo, and we'd have Salah. Where's Salah? Salah there. So it looked like this. So you've got really wide players here. That's not going to be Bradley. That's going to be Frimpong. So you've got really wide players here, and then you've got your narrow attack, and then you've got your target man, or just your guy who can just drop back and be involved, run the channels, drop out wide if he wants to. Rodrigo can do that as well. You've also got Salah does that. You've also got Wirtz can then push into midfield. Grav can then push into midfield. Wirtz can then make those runs. There's so much flexibility in that team. And obviously Mamadashvili's sub goalie. Ali's got that long throw or that wide kick, and he can catch Salah on the break. Frimpong providing width as well. There's so much that we can do with this team. I can't wait to see us in pre-season, because there's going to be a plan, and it's going to be really interesting. And I'm going to shoot off now and move into Don's show. If you can all move on, I'll see you there in a sec. Okay, so I will catch you all later. I'm just going to stop sharing. Yeah, I'll catch you all later. I'm going to be on Dom's show now, so this is going to take you there. Okay, so if you can just stick kmack raid, and I will see you all in there shortly. Yeah, and remember, tune in on Sunday if you remember. At 10 o'clock, I moved to the 10 o'clock so you can watch the football, and it's going to be Rabbit Holes, okay, part 2. And big up all the 200 plus members, and hit the like and subscribe right now before you leave. All right, I'll see you all.